Cavaliers, they've done it again this season. Established themselves as one of the league's elite teams.
And, you know, that's really the mark of a great franchise, Clark, when you can do it over and over again, particularly when the expectations are high because the pressure's on, and all you can do is continue to work and compete and try to perform at the same level you've been at, and that's exactly what this team's doing.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mr. Clutch, he's in at point guard. The two stars, LeBron and Love. At the 3 and the 4. Dion Waiters is out there with Anderson Varejao. And it's the Knicks with the ball. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
James outside. Shot on the wing. That's good on the jump shot. LeBron's got his first. Bucket in this one.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Hardaway kicks to Anthony. Calderon in the corner. Dishes it to Stoudemire. Out to Hardaway. 2 on the clock. And a miss there on the triple. And here are the... Cavaliers, their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And, you know, Kevin, what got them that win was the remarkable success. They had from the floor. Their shooting was just tremendous.
Steve, you were a great shooter, but you know that kind of shooting is not something the team is going to get on a nightly basis. But when you do get it, boy, does it feel good.
Here's Hardaway. Dion Waiters making his last shot. Bargnani dishes to Hardaway. On target from 13 feet.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
6. For Cleveland, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for it to start off this game. Bargnani against Love. It's another look. And the rejection by Stoudemire. Hardaway against Waiters. Passes to Calderon. Kicks it to Carmelo. Lets it go from 11. Love grabs the board.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
The pass to Mr. Clutch. That one's good from the corner. Well, Hazen, the new guy, a time-honored tradition for NBA teams, it seemed, and really in all professional sports. He was the latest victim of a prank, Clark, as he gets initiated to the league.
Well, the last few years, there's been a trend of filling a guy's car full of popcorn, but they went for the more direct approach here. A bucket of water to the head.
Did you ever get pranked?
Not like that. No, I can't recall being pranked. The veterans treated me pretty good my first year in the league.
Well, he's off to a good start. And he's a guy who we know, I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
Calderon kicks to Stoudemire. Outside Hardaway. Anthony left side. From 15 feet away, that's good. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Calderon.
You gotta like the way he took it strong there, attacking the rack.
And the defense fouling him there to prevent the dunk.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws here for the night for the Knicks. Smith checked in for Stoudemire. Iman Shumpert has come in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Larkin in for Jose Calderon. Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson comes in for Anderson Varejao. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Waiters.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Miller's checked in for...
That's it.
And you know this, man.
Cleveland leading by 4. Here's Dellavedova. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Left side, Miller. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
Here's Shumpert. Shot is no good. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Cavaliers on top. They finish off the first quarter on a 14-5 run. And the second quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
And I thought the defense was key here for this club. They really tightened up and made it difficult on their opponent.
How about the help on the drives and rotations? I mean, they've really been in sync as a unit.
Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire, they're inside. Iman Shumpert is out there with Calderon, and it's Green in at the small 4. They're the group New York will start the second with. And here's Calderon after the three-pointer from Mr. Clutch. Green kicks to Calderon. Back to Green. Anthony against Thompson. A shot by Anthony, no good.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. Mr. Clutch, in their last game against the Spurs, made some major contributions. He finished with 15 points and was on the mark from deep, draining several threes. Performances like this is a big reason why they've been so strong to start the season.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night, Steve, and he didn't disappoint them.
No, he didn't. In fact, he did everything they asked of him and more. And I think he really enjoys being that go-to guy for them.
Yeah, I think he relishes that because he knows he's capable of doing it. He's had some performances that have fortified his confidence in that role. So he's in a good place right now.
Waiters gets a wide-open look, and another 3 for Cleveland.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Anthony. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. Calderon passes to Stoudemire. The feed to Hardaway. And the dunk to finish it off. Ah, beauty. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's got 7. Nice hops and determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a path to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense. Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together.
One more time. Let me hear it for your Knicks.
Bargnani is checked in for the Knicks. Smith comes in for Gerald Green. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Thompson. Now here's Calderon. He's tightly guarded.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor. It's been a good night for Mr. Clutch. He has 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
And Clark, we saw a very animated huddle that last break, and I'm sure the coach wanted something specific from his team.
Well, Kevin, this is certainly a key moment for the squad, and he's looking for players to lock into the new game plan and carry it out the rest of the way. That's what he's trying to get across.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Jose Calderon making his last shot. Mr. Clutch, the pass to James. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Calderon. 6 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
When you look at J.R. Smith, we get a chance to look at some of his stats. Last season's performance for him averaged about 15 points a game last year, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And some pretty good numbers, I think, guys, when you look overall at his contributions.
Yeah, and he's always looking to raise his game, and that's what you see in his consistency. One of the important characteristics that he brings to the table.
Both free throws good for Mr. Clutch.
You know, as we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has improved. It's gotten more aggressive, more physical.
It sure seems like it has. They've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Waiters. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And they're getting good balance offensively, too, because they're starting to knock down that mid-range jumper.
Now, here is Smith after the miss from Mr. Clutch. Here's Bargnani. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Bargnani's got his first points of the night.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Calderon with it. Now guarded by Mr. Clutch. Calderon kicks to Hardaway. James against Smith. The 11-footer. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. That's on LeBron James. The Knicks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That one is off. A different look for New York. Early.
Good ball movement.
Subbed in for Jose Calderon. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Cavaliers lead by 9.
You know, Carmelo, after this...
Okay, guys. Solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second half. Our movement off the...
Basketball in store. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he's been a revelation here tonight, Clark. Scoring almost at will there in the half.
Hard to imagine he'll keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but you never know.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. The 2 stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. Mr. Clutch out there with Dion Waiters. And it's Varejao in at the 5, roaming the paint. Calderon dishes to Stoudemire. New York moving the ball around. Anthony kicks to Hardaway. No good on the triple. The Cavaliers leading by 9. Waiters passes to Love. Here's Mr. Clutch. That falls. Great assist by Love. 15 points for Mr. Clutch. New York shooting the ball at 42%. Calderon kicks to Hardaway. Anthony right side. Puts up the baby hook, and the bank shot is good. Anthony's got 10 points. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the 3rd. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Calderon. And the shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
Calderon kicks to Hardaway. Here's Anthony. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Got a lot of momentum going with his own game. It's been great today and just as hot as he was last time out.
Pass to Waiters. Love in the post. Working on Stoudemire. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Cavaliers have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Anthony with it. Now defended by Varejao. Calderon has the open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. LeBron passes to Mr. Clutch. Love with the screen on Calderon. Back to LeBron. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by Calderon. And the shot's good for Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got 7 points for the quarter. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Calderon with it. 7 points in the game. Here's Anthony. That ball's nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. 14 points for Carmelo Anthony. The Cavaliers leading by 12. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's got 19. He dishes it to Varejao. Pass to Mr. Clutch. And so it's New York with it. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Knocked loose. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And then Waiters with the jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Bargnani. A switch here also for Cleveland. Thompson's checked in. It's the way on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Carmelo Anthony. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half, and Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Anthony left side. Calderon dishes to Green. Just 5 on the clock. Good. Hardaway's got 7 points in the game.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Took him no time at all on that one. And now it's up to 25 points for Mr. Clutch.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Hardaway kicks to Anthony. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. 16 points for Carmelo Anthony.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
They double him with Green. And a wide open look for James. And another three for Cleveland.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Anthony against Love. Anthony drives in. Feeds to Calderon. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Cleveland leading by 18. Here's Mr. Clutch. Shot is off. Anthony with the defensive effort. The Knicks have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Green passes to Calderon. The dish to Hardaway. New York moving it around. Shot from the wing. And Carmelo Anthony again. Anthony's got 18 points.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Thompson passes to Mr. Clutch. He kicks it to LeBron. And again, it's Cleveland.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
Here's Hardaway. No good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 18. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And it's time now to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. Today, Steve, it's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
Knicks trail by 18. We've got J.R. Smith, Anthony. Out there with Bargnani. Then there's Shane Larkin. And it's Shumpert in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Outside Anthony. It's rebounded by Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Clock is at 3. Puts up a 3. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. That's 28 points for Mr. Clutch.
Wow, a fantastic performance from the Arc here in the second half.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Larkin dishes to Bargnani. Outside jumper. Left side jumper. The shot no good. Cleveland leading by 21. Here's Mr. Clutch. And again, it's Cleveland.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
And so it's New York with it. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
And you know, for the Kings, that's a game they'd really like to have.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter.
They're simply living and dying from behind the arc in this second half. Here, they're trailing. The three-point shot can be used, but they've got to balance it out.
Here's the screen. Irving passes to Mr. Clutch. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
Smith on the wing. The three. And again, New York with the triple.
And you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
The Cavaliers leading by 20. Over to the left wing. Shumpert with the steal. Here's Larkin. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mr. Clutch has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside Irving. Now Varejao inside. To the wing on the left. Here's Mr. Clutch. Here's Thompson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Here's Bargnani. The shot is off. Nice D from Varejao. For Cleveland, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Miller, the pass to Mr. Clutch. Varejao with a screen on Shumpert. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Miller penetrating. And again, it's Cleveland. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Anthony kicks to Smith. Back to Anthony from downtown. New York, no good that time either. For Cleveland, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Anthony with the block. Smith outside. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Stolen by Bargnani. New York, no good that time either.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Here's Thompson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
New York's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Knocked loose. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop.
Oh, ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time.
And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And, Steve, they did it in style. A beat down the entire way.
And it's Smith penetrating. And he gets it to go. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Trying his luck deep. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. That's 36 points for Mr. Clutch.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Cavaliers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Knicks.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Mr. Clutch. And the way he rebounded here surely was a spark for the team. And I'll tell you what, he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Picked by Bargnani. 5 to shoot. Shumpert dishes to Bargnani. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
You just can't afford to let somebody get that good position in the paint.
Well, it's more than trouble when he does catch it down there, Steve. He's never going to miss from that range.
Thompson, a screen on Shumpert. And they call an illegal screen here.
Now, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Persons checked in for Bargnani. Quincy Aces come in for Carmelo Anthony. Green, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's early in for Shumpert. To the left side wing. Love against Person. And the wide open shot from Green. Buries the long range jumper.
Knicks losing 56-82.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Off target. And
Kevin said.
My men and my women, don't forget about the dean. This is not the most. Fooling him if you did it.